Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. We are diving right in. I introduced this series maybe a couple weeks ago now. It is the series from service to self. And you're going to see a couple of guests on this series. I'm running it for 4 weeks, but our first guest we are talking to today is LaQuantiera Brady. Yes, my homegirl Tedra. So we are right. We are going to just talk about her as a woman veteran and her transition from the military. So I would like to just dive right in and just let we're gonna call her Tedra, y'all, for sure. Okay. We're gonna dive right in and start talking to Tedra about her time in the military. So first, Tedra, tell us about what branch of service you served and what inspired you to join the military? And what do you remember most about your time in the service?
So I am a Navy veteran, a U.S. Navy veteran. I served 10 years. And inspiration, it was simple. Well, I would say for a lot of folks that I've met, anyways, needing a way out, a way to ascend, a way to improve upon my family's legacy, and at the same time, start one of my own, start one of my very own. Um, I wanted options. I wanted stability. I wanted to break some cycles that have been running in my family for generations. And I knew that the military could open up doors that I wouldn't otherwise have access to, at least at that young age. I was 19 when I joined. And what I remember most about my time in the service, it really isn't like one moment. It's more of like a feeling.
Mm.
And the feeling that I got when I got into the recruiter's car and I'm looking back as he's driving away and I'm looking back at my grandmother and we're waving goodbye at each other. She's standing at the front door and I'm a pause because the waterworks will come in.
Yeah.
It was the feeling of leaving home for the first time for real and stepping away from everything familiar, um or everything that I had known for the last 19 years, and not really knowing what was coming, but knowing that I needed to see it through.
Mm.
But yeah, saddest freaking day of my life.
I can totally understand that. And that is so amazing. 19 years old, not really knowing, what you're walking into, but taking that leap of faith because you know that's what you need and want. Like that is amazing. And I'll just say really quickly before we go on to the next question. This series is to highlight women who have served and to give women veteran a voice, right? And I know that it's not really talked about as much. I don't see it a lot, women veteran being highlighted and their story being talked about, why they came into military, what the military did for them, what they learned, what they gathered from their experience, all those different things. So I know there are viewers out there and women out there and young people out there that want to hear what veteran, especially women veteran, have to say about their time in service. So I appreciate you coming on and just having that conversation with us, because my channel is focused around women who have served and who have transitioned or want to transition and who want to, I don't know, step out in confidence and walk in confidence no matter where they are in life. So I totally appreciate you. So we'll I'll leave it there.
Ooh.
Thank you, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So my second question is, what has been the most challenging part of transitioning to civilian life, and what helped you the most during that?
So first, I think I forgot to say this. Thank you for having me on this show, this segment, like just opening up this space. Like I just needed to put that out there. All right, rolling back into your question. When you're in the military, you're told what to do, how to move, where to go, your mission first, 24/7, like all the things. But when it ends, you're just left with you. Like once you've gotten your DD 214, you're
Yeah.
just left with you. Nobody really explains that part, like that feeling, like how everything just kind of comes crashing down. You start
Yeah.
feeling everything, or your emotions become super duper heightened. I dealt with anxiety. I battled PTSD. And the biggest question of what now?
Yeah.
And what's wild is that I thought I already knew. I thought I had it already. I had already figured it out, before transitioning. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing this. I thought I already knew what my passion was and what I wanted to do and what I wanted to become. But as soon as I got out, I was hit with so much access. Like I could do this, I could do that.
Yeah.
And I felt like I could do anything.
Yeah.
And my first one of my first jobs, real jobs, salary positions, working for the State Department. I'm working in DC and I'm around all these great people of influence and African American or Black people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like this exists, these salaries exist, these positions, these occupations, these fields exist. So I kind of spun my wheels a little bit. And I felt like I could be anybody, but what was that? And with that kind of freedom, it was terrifying when I haven't even met myself yet. So
Ah,
that
good.
became the battle. It was
Yeah.
like I could be any of these things, but you don't even know who you are for real, girl. Like as a civilian, I realized that I didn't want to perform anymore. I
Mm,
got tired. I got tired of hiding behind a mask, smiling big while I was crumbling inside, trying to hold it together. I didn't want to fake joy anymore, or force myself into something that was draining me. So I didn't want to, I was a military police, so I didn't want to go into any law enforcement.
yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
just want to
Yeah.
take a job and would have been easy, would have been great salary, all the things. New. Um, what helped me the most was kind of creating like my space to rediscover myself, my own space, to feel things that I buried for a long time, to stop disassociating, to regulate the emotional chaos I had ignored for years. My transition out of the military was chaotic, but if any part of that chaos had been or had gone differently, I don't know if I'd be who I am today.
Yeah.
And honestly, that is some scary shit to me
Wow.
because I love who I am now. I freaking
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Come on, Black girl
like
magic.
yes, I own every piece of this version of me.
Yeah.
I'm still breaking curses. I'm still building legacies. I'm doing all the things I originally set out to do as a 19-year-old. But I'm doing it now as me, really, really me. So
Yeah, no, I love that. Seriously, I love that. People don't realize that the military is how do I say it? Like when you are in the military, you really are not like you for real. You know, especially going in so young. You say you're 19. Like you don't really the military owns you. The government owns you. Like you literally are serving 24/7. So even if you thought that you wanted to be out here doing this, doing that, doing whatever, whatever, sometimes
right.
it can be hard to be able to do that and be that fully because technically the government owns you and owns the way you show up every single day. So sometimes that can be people can be in conflict with who those people are within themselves, right? So I don't know. It's just interesting to hear you say that. And but I'm loving the fact that you came out and that experience, that transition, all that helped you to grow and become who you are now. And that is amazing. Amazing too, because I know the woman you are. So I know you're amazing. So I'm
And
like,
you're the girl, yeah.
like, seriously, that really, 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 really is such like I don't know, just inspiring, honestly. Because people don't understand how hard the military is. I'll say this, especially when we were in the military, okay? Because taking it back to our time a little bit, it's military now is very different. The Navy, I'm gonna say, is very, very different. My best girlfriend is still in, and she talks about how these new sailors, oh my God, girl. Like, yeah, she like, I be wanting to like all day, every day. This shit is crazy. But when we were in the military, it was very much different. It was a community. It was a place that you are literally kind of. For some, it was a way of life. For others, a lifestyle. And so it's a lot. It's a lot, honestly. But you learn, you grow, you experience so much. You meet great friends and all that stuff. So yeah, that's good. I'm so happy that you came out on top and are doing great things and amazing things. So I'm gonna move on to my question three, which is how has your identity changed since leaving the military, personally or professionally?
Well, this is a good time to just kind of bring in my insert to emphasize on my you've been a great influence, by the way. Like
Oh,
shout out to Sparkle because yes, like we're getting there. Everything about me has evolved.
mm,
Like everything.
yeah.
Um, in the military, I think from day one, from the moment I said goodbye to my grandmother, I went into survival mode. So I had been in survival mode for 10 years. And it wasn't until you sent me these questions that I had really started to really break these things down. I haven't even spoken to my therapist about this. Or
Wow.
I haven't really pieced it together like this.
Right.
Because I'd be kind of sitting up there like, okay, I don't know what I want to tell you today, lady, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was in survival mode for like 10 years. Is what I was really experiencing. I had to armor up mentally. I had to armor up physically. I was a military police, so literally, and I had to armor up emotionally. And just being in that rate alone, came with its own pressures. Being a military police, it came with its own limitations and its own shadows. um, but since leaving, I've stepped into my real identity.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm no longer just moving in survival. I'm moving in alignment. I'm not moving in survival at all, actually. And I think that was really, really hard because I was like still trying to hold on to it. And it's like, no, girl, just let it go. Let it
Yeah.
go. Things
Yeah.
are aligning. Um, Professionally, I've leaned into things that let me oscillate between different dimensions without explanation.
Mm,
Creativity,
yeah.
education, entrepreneurship, storytelling, healing, all the things
Yeah.
like that I could really, yeah. I got so tired of being questioned for simply being or simply existing in the military. Everything was, why are you doing that? Or why do you act like this? Or why do you talk like this? Or why do you prefer that? And it's like, maybe it's unfamiliar to you, but this is me. So it felt like I was having to fit in a bit. And I think that was that was a struggle. That was a
Yeah.
struggle. Being forced into environments with people I would have never really chosen
Yeah.
to kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
associate with in real life. That took a toll, but now I design, I protect my peace. Like
Yes.
lioness guarding her cubs, girl.
Yeah.
And that cub is me. That's my energy, that's my freedom, that's my growth. I really fall in love with myself again. And I don't think I trade this version for anything. Like I just wouldn't.
Yeah, I love that. Seriously, seriously, because I'm grateful for you on the channel and speaking about just your identity and being able to be authentic in who you are now. Because I don't think I'll start here. The channel was really created for that reason, right? I feel like talking to you today and just having this door open in this platform to be able to just talk to women who have served in any capacity, even if you ain't never even been in the military, but you serve, you have a family, you have a career, you have whatever going on, you're serving in some capacity. And sometimes people do lose themselves in their service, right? And so talking about your identity and being able to claim who you really are and showing up 100% authentically without having to perform or dim your own light or, just, I don't know, throttle down or throttle back because people are intimidated or maybe just don't understand you. And that's why this channel has been created because nah, we standing up and we walking in our full confidence. But this is me 100, whether you like it or not, and especially at the big age that I am right now.
Yes, I
Nobody
mean,
got time to be, dressing up for you. No, like this is me. Either I'm not gonna be for everybody, like you said, and this is the time to just walk 100% authentically in yourself, do the things that bring you joy, protect your peace, live in your own comfort, and just like, yeah, be you. And I love, love, love that. Seriously. In the military, sometimes it's very hard to do that. I'll say it is very hard to do that. You technically do sometimes lose yourself in the uniform, lose yourself in the job that you're doing, lose yourself in the surroundings because, like you said, you're forced to be in that element, in that environment, be around those people. Because, girl, normally I would not even hang with you. I normally wouldn't even talk to you. Like, I normally would not even, what I'm saying?
right.
Like, serious, like being 100, like, I really would not. So that's what it is in the military, for real, for real. So, moving on to my next question. I ain't gonna linger too
No.
long on that, right? What role does style, self-care, or self-expression play in your life today?
Ooh, getting into the good stuff. Baby, baby girl sparkle. I gotta tell you, baby girl. It is front and center.
Yeah,
It's front and center. Self-care, self-expression, style, that's front and center. What's crazy is when I got my very first job at Publix at
yeah,
16, working as a cashier, I already knew like what I wanted, or at least what my 16-year-old brain was telling me. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to look good. I wanted to be in my bag. I equated money with girl maintenance, you know.
okay.
Um, so I get my paycheck, I get my grandma, a little bit because she was taking me to work and stuff like
Yeah.
that, picking me up for gas. And that was when gas was super affordable. So
Right.
grandma. Um, and instead of paying for it, she wasn't allowing me to take no city, none of that.
Yeah.
I was very, very sheltered. So it was cool. But yeah, like I'll get my paycheck, I'll go get my nails done, I go get my toes, my brows, back when everything was under $100.
Right.
Um, I have my uniform press, my little hand sanitizer on deck. And even then, people still call me weird for that. Like the other kids, I'm working with other teenagers. I'm like, and now folks wear gloves, the cashiers wear gloves and masks at the, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
I'm talking to my baby sister the other day, and she was like, "You were soft life, you
Mhm.
know, before it became like a thing, or clean girl aesthetic before it became a thing." And I'm like, yeah, just kind of being that girl, like that was just what I
Yeah.
was about, always have been, and that's how I was raised by my
Yeah.
grandmother,
Yeah.
being a lady. So or doing the things that make you a woman,
Yeah.
the things that women like to do. So I've always used style and self-care to express myself, and now it's no longer an act. Like that's my ritual.
Yeah.
That is my thing. Back then I wore the uniform. Now I design my day, my look, my energy, from my self-care to how I show up online. As you know, everything is a reflection of intention, of my intentional living. So my soul, my spirit, that all belongs to me. I get to I get to curate my joy.
Mhm.
I get to protect it, express it, expand it, and I wouldn't trade that for anything either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you for that big part. Thank
No,
you so
that
much.
is good. Look, listen up, ladies. If you ever have doubted or thought that self-care was whatever, like legitly, hear this, please, hear this, okay? Look, so I'm just super proud, honest to God, and just like I love to hearing that your style, your aesthetic, and all that stuff is just at the forefront because that is very important. We are all about and advocate for self-care. Like, and I love, love, love that. Seriously. Moving on to my last question, honey. Number 5 is if you could give your younger military self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Can I just say what a blessing it is just to be able to acknowledge your younger self? Like,
Mm,
I think it's a
yeah,
blessing for me to be able to acknowledge my younger self.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to be here today in a place where I can speak back to her for real.
Mm,
Um, and that alone is just full circle for me.
yeah.
And like there's more to my journey, of course, but
Right,
I'm
right.
just saying, like now it just feels, I don't know, everything just feels right. This interview, honestly. I'm kind of spiritual child.
Then
But
ain't nothing wrong with that.
so to that young little natural born leader, that little spitfire, as my best friend used to call me, that spicy, ambitious little darling with the fire in her heart and the vision in her eyes, I tell her, baby girl, you were right all along. I
Wow.
tell her to stay focused. I tell her to stay open. I tell her, not to bend. Don't dim yourself. Don't shrink to make others, comfortable. You were never meant to blend in. I tell her, yeah, you're trying
Yeah.
to do that it was just never for you from the beginning. And I tell her, you're on the right track. but get in get in the military, get what you came for, and get out
Yeah.
after 4 years. Take the
Right.
benefits, get the education, you serve for it, you've earned it. Take the grit, but don't let it take you. Like make that money, but don't let it make you.
Right. Right.
That environment, isn't for everyone. And it's not supposed to be. I don't think it's designed to be. You're not weak for walking away, because I battled with that too.
Yeah.
Coming towards like when I just kind of felt that pull, like it's time to go, girl. You're not weak for walking away. And I felt like I had really just developed like this strong fondness for being able to connect with the junior sailors, because I'm just like, wow, I see myself in you. And I think I've been doing that since I was an E nothing, just kind of mentoring. That was always the position that my superiors would put me in. So that's just, I flourished there, I guess. But yeah, you're not weak for walking away. And this is anyone that's thinking about transitioning, or you're feeling that feeling. That just means you're evolving if
Mhm.
you're feeling that pull. But going back to speaking to my younger self, I think the last thing I would tell her is, you were never built to just survive. You were built to create.
Yeah.
So go create, go evolve, go become. You're more than enough already. Um, and your peace, that's your motherfucking birthright.
Right. Come through.
Is your birthright, babe. Like,
Yeah.
just to sum it up. And that I love her. I'll tell her that I love her. I got
Oh,
her
I love that. I love that. Like,
back. I want
seriously.
to say something funny because I'm gonna get emotional.
Well, look, honey, I absolutely appreciate you, like legitly for coming through and sharing just your time one, your experience, your transition, how it went, being vulnerable. Like women need to hear that, honestly. And, just young people in general, like even men, like look, recognize what women have to deal with and what they have dealt with, and just all of that. So I'm so grateful and just so appreciative, honestly, that you've come and shared just your time and experience and the story with us. So thank you, honey. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm started, child.
Look, so you didn't tell us, like, look, tell us what you're doing. Is there anything that we can support you in your new like civilian life, your new walk, your new journey, like your new glow up, all the things, like what can us viewers, support you in any kind of way?
I think I'm still disassociating right now, but like in a good way, just from like the worldly things. So if you could send me anything, love and light, that's
Okay,
number one.
it's
I got
perfect.
a little channel, I'm a little wannabe YouTuber now.
No, you ain't not
Yeah,
one of the YouTuber. You are a YouTuber. What claim that and she doing her thing over there? Like seriously.
we're actually recording today. Like after I hop off with you, I gotta go prep for that.
Okay.
So we have a channel. Well, I have a channel now. It's a wellness channel. It's all wellness, all the things wellness. It's still growing, still building, but it's at Another Boring Meal on YouTube. You can also follow the Instagram page. I upload clips there. Another Boring Meal on Instagram, and then I'm also on TikTok at Another Boring Meal as well.
And I'll link everything. I'll link everything in the
Okay,
description.
cool.
I'll link all the stuff in the description where the viewers can support her, follow her. Another boring meal is amazing. I be getting all my good little food tips and all that kind of good stuff. All the health things that it's on her channel. So we definitely will show up and support and just give you all the love and light. So I thank you so much, honey. Thank
Thank you. And Another Boring Meal isn't a person. It isn't a single. It's a movement. It's a community is what I'm going for. It's the environment for all of us. Anyone that's looking for wellness. But yeah, some grounding.
Well, thank you, honey, and thank another board meal for giving us our glow up and the help and all that stuff. We love you, honey. We appreciate you. We thank you so much
Thank you,
for sharing. And I will
Sparkle.
see you, honey, and see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, y'all.